If there's one thing we know about Bitcoin, it's that billionaires remain bullish. We talked about Ray Dalio. We talked about the third richest man in Mexico. Well, now Michael Saylor has once again bought the dip, of course. And Brock Pierce is saying that he thinks Bitcoin could hit $200,000 in 2022. We're going to discuss this, charts, all the news driving the markets right now. Let's go.
Let's go.
What is up, everybody? I'm Scott Melker, also known as the Wolf of All Streets. Before we get started, please subscribe to the channel. And as my friend Fibbo Swanee says, have a thumb war with the like button. You put your hands together. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare thumb war. And if you're Chad, you do this, right? You stick that finger out and you cheat. And you just hold it down for like 30 seconds. Did you guys used to thumb war? You guys used to ever do thumb wars? Did you do thumb wars? Because they were awesome. It was a huge thing when I was a kid. Man, we did a lot of actually really like violent and kind of messed up stuff to each other as kids. Talked about wall ball here before, where you would just throw a racquetball as hard as you could. Some people call it butts up. Do you remember pencil flicking, where you'd flick someone on the knuckle? You would, break their pencil. You'd take a pencil and you'd flick it, and then you get to hit them on the knuckles if you won. Man. We used to ravage each other. Now you would go to kid jail and never be able to go to school again if you did those things to each other, because people are soft. Pencil fights. You took your thing. It was like this, right? You took it and you brought it all the way back, and you had to have the really good like flick action right there, and you would just smack it. Yeah, slaps. We would do these things. Just slap. And then of course Rochambeau, where you kick each other in the nuts as hard as you can. I never played Rochambeau, but it always seemed unfair if you had to go second. Because like you might not even get your kick. Like the first guy kicks you, you are basically a dead person who will never have children, and then you leave. And that's just not a fair game. Not a fair game. You guys called it pencil crack. Pencil crack, we never called that. Paper football was cool, but not violent enough unless you could just get one right in the eye. I'm just talking about things where we basically like just injured each other for sport. I'm from Florida, so we used to shoot each other with BB guns and pellet guns, like on purpose. Yeah. We would just shoot each other and then just hope you miss an eye. You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Christmas story. Anyways, guys, yeah, I have ADD and sometimes I go off on tangent. We start talking. Bloody knuckles. There you go. Rochambeau can be rock, paper, scissors, but the real Rochambeau is kicking in the nut competition. Jeff Bayako, man, you have 3 vowels in a row in your last name. That's tight. You don't see that very often. All right, let's go, guys. Let's talk about the markets. This is going to be my last live stream of 2021. Thank you for joining. Tomorrow, I'm putting out a video, the best of 2021 that I quickly recorded yesterday. Top 10 things that happened in 2021. Of course, I'll be also taking a look at what to expect from 2022. I'm going to go on a ledge and say it's going to be pain, misery, doom, and despair, but not in reality, only if you read Twitter, right? Misery loves company, as they say. And man, this community right now is miserable and loves to share it. We'll talk about that in a minute. Here we go. First of all, speaking of billionaires that we all love who are buying all of your Bitcoins that you're selling with your weak spaghetti fingers. You got the spaghetti fingers, and you can't even use them. They're so weak. And Michael Saylor's just like eating your spaghetti fingers. Not really doing it though, pretending. Right? Michael Saylor eating up all the spaghetti hands, just buying it up right now. Says that he bought 1,914 Bitcoins between December 9th and December 29th. Guys, that's a lot of Bitcoins. But this was actually kind of a joke on Twitter the past 2 days. It was like, pretty soon we're going to get a tweet that says Michael Saylor bought it, and it'll be at like $51,000. They quoted it would be near the top. But 49 is about the average of where price has been trading in this range, maybe a little lower. Point being, it doesn't even matter if he bought the bottom or where he bought. He's doing exactly what responsible investors have done throughout time, which is take extra money that you have, buy some investment, and wait a really long time. Very simple. That's how generational wealth has been acquired over time. It's by putting money into something that's not cash, that's likely to depreciate, and then not being dumb and taking it out, leaving it for a very long time. Michael Saylor's time horizon is forever. Therefore, there's no bad price for him to buy Bitcoin. Do you think that the richest people in the world have ever looked at a chart and gone, maybe I should wait for a confirmation reversal or wait till resistance is flipped to support? No, that's for traders. That's for traders. Rich people have probably never looked at a chart in their lives. They just buy stuff and wait. The problem is people want to get rich now and they don't want to wait. But yeah, he paid $94.2 million in cash, average price of $49,229 per Bitcoin. Been buying about 3,000 Bitcoin a month on average. So the question is, do you want to be the spastic misery loves company guy on crypto Twitter, or do you want to do what the Giga Chad billionaires are doing and just buy and have some patience? Yeah, buy and have some patience. Just exactly. Here you go. I'm rich, bitch. Yeah, me and Ched should collab on a book. So a lot of what I'm saying right now, Big Ched's a very good friend of mine who I deeply respect. To be clear, we had a disagreement, friendly conversation, like normal people. Have you ever sat down with a family member or a friend and said, hey, I disagree with that, let's talk about it, and done it respectfully? We did that. He said that, he kind of wanted to short MicroStrategy because it was irresponsible for MicroStrategy to buy until we had confirmed a reversal. And I calmly made the point, I think confirmed a reversal, by the way, is arbitrary. Every trader has a different definition of what that is. But Michael Saylor isn't trading. He's investing. He doesn't care about the price. He's just buying. It's not about confirming a reversal because, maybe price goes up and he misses the opportunity. He's just buying when he has cash. Respectful dialogue between two intelligent people that like each other. Imagine that. What's poppin', Scott? What's up, Irvin? I know you got jokes. But anyways, yeah. So that's what Michael Saylor is doing. Personally, I think we should probably all be considering doing the same as investors. Agnostic of price. As I said to Big Cheds, I started buying SPY for my retirement in my IRA in 2006. I was down bigly for about a decade, right? The market crashed in 2007. I had bought for double what the price was, but I just automatically kept buying each month blindly. It hurt. It sucked, but I had a strategy and that was it. Every single purchase is now in profit. Took me a while. That's since before Bitcoin even existed. That's how you invest. That's how you make money. And because of that, I bought the bottom. Also bought the top, but I bought the bottom every single time. Absolutely incredible strategy. That is how you roll.
I want my $2.
Oscar wants his $2. Moving on. Brock Pierce, another billionaire. He says that he sees Bryce hitting $200,000 in 22, but it wasn't like all optimism and candy. This was in an interview, I believe, with Fox Business, right? And he said basically, listen, like the economic situation's bad. They're going to keep printing money. I wouldn't be surprised if we hit 200,000. But here's what he said, right? The headline is like, Brock Pierce says Bitcoin is going to hit 200,000. Said, I will not be surprised if we saw a Bitcoin price over 100,000. It's even conceivable that it could break 200,000 for a moment. That's a pretty actually conservative and reasonable perspective, with a lot of us saying 500,000, a million, 235,000, whatever, right? And so he also made the point that regulation could be good, and that he even complimented Elizabeth Warren. He said it's good that she's doing the work. Maybe she'll just do the work on better information down the road. But yes, he believes it could hit 200,000. I think that we all believe that that's certainly possible. A mere 4x from here. Not that big of a move for the Bitcoin. And in other news, Bitcoin investors protect against even lower prices ahead of New Year. What is this based on? It's based on the purchase of put options, which have increased dramatically over the last few days for the December 31st expiry, which we know happens tomorrow. As we've talked about, we tend to see price being held down going into the options expiration in the last Friday of the month, and then we tend to see price loosen up and volatility to return. But yes, here you go. Tuesday and Wednesday saw upward of a combined 1.76 billion in options volume on crypto exchanges tracked by Glassnode. This is unlike typical market behavior. Data from Glassnode shows most option volumes on crypto exchanges are generated on Friday ahead of low volume weekends. So people are buying a whole shit ton of puts. They're shorting. Maybe that means we could get a short squeeze. But in reality, these are going to expire tomorrow. But it just shows you that there is still continued bearish sentiment and that people are actually putting their money where their mouth is, those with bigger money who have access to futures trading. So let's take a look. Crypto fear and greed index. Extreme fear. Extreme fear. Remember, now this is not done day to day, but we were at fear yesterday. Extreme fear, and price is currently trading within 1% of where it was at this time yesterday. So we had a drop yesterday, price bounce, low volume, as I said, kind of meaningless, and we're getting more and more fearful because you know that nothing, I've been saying, is going to drive people more insane than price going sideways for a really long time without going up. Just going to make people more and more and more impatient, more and more angry. There you go. Hedging and preserving capital. I do it too. That's right. Plenty of people take a short to hedge against their spot long positions. Nothing wrong with that. And yes, max pain tomorrow is 48K for those. Here we go. Let's take a look at the chart. Oh, there you are. 4-hour chart. This was the trade that I was talking about yesterday afternoon. Yikes. Almost hit where it would have stopped. I didn't take this trade, as you guys know. I was just showing how you would approach a trade from this area and why there was good risk reward. But you take a look at this. We can even just take this line out, even though it's actually drawn somewhat perfectly, right? You have this area of price action, right? That's going to be resistance if you try to bounce. You get a natural bounce right up into that, and then you get rejected. So nothing here yet to me that screams reversal. It was a nice 4-hour candle, flip the EQ back, but still nothing that's screaming reversal. Maybe now we have sort of a descending, I'm looking at this down here, you kind of have, that's not even close. I'm going to actually ignore that. But what I didn't like doesn't mean much. We have gone oversold, overbought, oversold, obviously with bearish divergence. I was looking for this bullish divergence to confirm on the 4-hour. See, on the 1-hour, you had bullish divergence here, continued bullish divergence there, right? So I like to see them build 1-hour, 4-hour, 6-hour, 12-hour daily. Well, now you have hidden bearish divergence right there, right at resistance, right? So you got a higher high on RSI, a lower high on price, and the 4-hour also has a potential hidden bearish divergence right there, right? So you can see on the line chart how perfect this resistance is, right? Get rid of all the noise in the wicks. This was support right here at 47,543. Now it's resistance, but failed to get this bullish divergence. RSI ended up making a lower low right at the end of that candle. So now I would personally, I'm not saying it's going to happen or what's going to happen. What I would want to see, right, for me to, again, it's the same thing, right? We get RSI come in a little higher, price go a little lower. Doesn't mean it has to happen. Right here, we had oversold, very oversold, 4-hour and bounced all the way to overbought without getting that bullish divergence, right? Can happen, absolutely. Just what I like as my signal. Not there yet. End of the day, we are just chopping sideways. This is the trading equivalent of a bad case of herpes that just won't quit. Right? Oh, it's gonna go away. Everything's better. This is price action herpes. Algorand surges as foundation incentivizes DeFi activity on AlgoFi. The announcement of liquidity rewards for a product built on Algorand put Algo tokens among the few gainers on Thursday. It's awesome. It's awesome, right? We love to see projects put their money where their mouth is and actually incentivize people to build on their platforms. We've seen people spend up to $1 billion funding projects to be built on their own blockchains. But this is $3 million, I believe. It was $3 million that will go to actual users, incentivized. And that sent the price up a little bit. Let's take a look at the chart. There you go. There's the pump right there. Since this news announced, went from about 140 to 170. It's a really nice move, but still, again, kind of similar to what we just saw in Bitcoin. we draw this line all the way back from here. You draw one here too if you wanted. This whole area is extreme resistance. Lots of price action in there, even though it chopped right through this. I don't see any reason to dive into this right now, although maybe this rounds out and continues up. I don't really want to be touching anything coming into New Year's Eve when nobody's paying attention. Options expiry, bearish sentiment, low volume, just not much happening. I mean, look at the big volume spikes when there was real interest in this, and look where volume is now. Slightly increasing, but not much to see. Listen, if you're an investor, great news, buy some, hold it for a very long time. But man, I don't see much happening right now. But yeah, I hope your algo isn't herpes as well. I hope that it's not herpes. Maybe, next week, we just noted yesterday that this algo he's saying has been ignored. Yeah, I think that's true. It's true. All layer ones will eventually have their pump, but let's not pretend this wasn't at like 67 cents and didn't go to $3. I mean, it has had a big move. This is all this year, right? We say it's been ignored, but it was 33 cents at the beginning of the year, right? It's still trading at $1.73. That's almost 5 to 6x. Still pretty damn good. Number of non-zero Ethereum addresses hits record high above 71 million Glassnode. This actually happened the same day last year. We've made all-time highs since then, but it had made an all-time high after a very long time coming right into the new year last year, right? So this means, listen, there are a lot of Ethereum addresses in existence. A lot of them obviously are zeros, but Ethereum addresses that actually have some Ethereum in them is at an all-time high. There's no better metric than that for actual adoption and use. The reasons are really obvious, guys. Listen, it's funny. I was talking some guest on the show. Can't remember, but we were talking about, how in 2017, Ethereum basically had one use. It was like ICOs. It was a launch pad, right? It was for ICOs. And how sort of like there's been this maximalist sort of debate, and this happens all the time, right? You judge something or somebody on past actions and not the current reality. So there's just a lot of people out there that have always been like, Ethereum's a scam, it's for ICOs, it's stupid. And like, that's so dismissive of, DeFi, metaverse, NFTs, everything that's happening. It's a completely different platform at this point. Same technology, different use case, right? It's all the same thing as Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's really not peer-to-peer cash. Bitcoin is more digital gold at this point, right? Bitcoin never really fulfilled its promise of being a day-to-day platform for transactions. And that's completely fine. It's actually found something better, a more solid use case as a store of value, right? So kind of the same with Ethereum. But when you see this number of non-zero Ethereum addresses hitting a record high, it means there's actual adoption. People are using it. Metcalfe's law, network effects, right? And we know why that is. Like I said, NFTs, huge part of that. DeFi, huge part of that. And the majority of development and money locked on any chain is on Ethereum, right? 240 billion TVL and DeFi and 180 billion of that or something is on Ethereum. Ethereum is still dominating. On-chain metrics show it. Everything else shows it. Let's take a really quick look at the Ethereum chart. Here is Ethereum. One second. I don't know why my screen is not there, but hey, here we go. Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Yeah, we had the pump right into resistance. I've been looking for this retest forever. There's a weekly chart, can take a really long time, but I think we get a retest and continue up. I think Ethereum continues to wildly outperform Bitcoin for the foreseeable future as a trade. Higher upside doesn't mean it's a more important asset, but higher upside. But going back to let's look at the beginning of 2021 right here. It's basically quadrupled against Bitcoin. Outperformed massively. I see no reason that wouldn't happen with this bull pennant. On the USD pair, less inspiring, right? But this is largely because we know that the market is driven by Bitcoin, and when the market's correcting, everything corrects with it. But we are kind of just hanging between two levels at this point. If you lose 35.75, we start talking about, much lower things around 3,000. I would say like these clusters of price action down here. For now, not particularly worried, and it's looking decent on the ETH Bitcoin pair. Here we go. Blockbuster DAO wants to raise 5 million NFT sales to buy the defunct video brand. 5 million seems really low for what was once one of the biggest brands in the world, but big tree fall hard. Netflix destroyed Blockbuster, who refused to innovate. Blockbuster's big innovation. We've talked about it before. When they saw Netflix and streaming happening, they're like, our sales are down. What should we do? They put candy in the checkout aisle. And that worked for about 6 months. Their earnings were massively up because people really like Reese's Pieces. Really like Reese's Pieces. Reese's Pieces sales almost saved Blockbuster, but it's not to be. There's one Blockbuster left in existence. One Blockbuster currently left in existence, a physical standing store where people can go and rent DVDs, because apparently that is still a thing. That's still a thing, but here they go. They're trying to raise $5 million to buy the rights, basically, to the name Blockbuster. And this is what they want to do. They want to turn Blockbuster into the first ever D-film. That's new, DeFi with an LM, D-film streaming platform and the mainstay of both the Web3 brands and products. Basically, they want to turn it into a streaming platform with unique content, much like, Netflix makes shows and HBO makes shows and Amazon Prime makes shows and your cousin, sister, baby, Tracy, sister, baby, cousin, Tracy, she makes shows. Everybody's making shows. Listen, this would be really cool. I doubt it happens. Let's be real. 5 million seems low. They're going to do it through selling NFTs. And will they actually deliver? Probably not. But I think we can all cheer on that effort. Oh, God. What are you guys talking about over here? Ooh, Kristen used to steal that candy. Yeah, I mean, that it's like you were getting minimum wage, whatever. A little free candy never hurt nobody. Oh, never hurt nobody. A little free candy. Oh, my gosh. Voyager Digital sued for allegedly misleading investors. You know that I'm a huge fan of Voyager, a huge Voyager homer, so this actually triggered me slightly. The lawsuit charges the crypto exchange with charging hidden commissions despite its claim to being commission-free. They say they are a broker-dealer, not an exchange. They are commission-free, and they advertise that price trades on a spread. They say it everywhere, all over the site. And when you click buy or sell, it shows you the price that you're buying or selling at. But that's not stopping somebody from trying to sue them. Here you go. The lawsuit filed on behalf of Florida resident Mark Cassidy alleges that while Voyager claims to be a commission-free platform for users, it employs various methods to charge secret commissions. It's not a secret. They advertise it on all its trades, including by keeping the spread or the difference between the bid and ask price intentionally wide. Cassidy is seeking restitution for himself along with declaratory and injunctive relief to put an end to the Voyager defendants' unfair and deceptive marketing and sales practices. And he says the lawsuit's experts estimated damages to Voyager's customers could exceed $1 billion. Dude, this is so absurd and so typical. I don't know if it's like this in every country, but so fucking typical of the United States. You don't like something, sue. Sue. It's like the Jerky Boys. Sue you, sue who, sue everybody. I actually have that clip. Here you go. Here you go.
Is it possible in any way then to sue you people?
Sue who?
You. I'm asking you for help.
Sue who? Me?
Yes.
Why you want to sue me?
Well, I'm trying to explain. I had a terrible accident.
What's it got to do with me?
Well, I'm asking you for help, and maybe I could sue for punitive damages that you're giving me.
I'm giving you?
Yes.
Me?
Yes.
What'd I do to you?
Well, punitive damages here.
Punitive damages here. Sue you, sue who? Sue everybody. Did you guys ever listen to the Jerky Boys? Jerky Boys are amazing. But yeah, you literally click a button that shows you the price that you're buying at, and you want to sue because you don't like it. That is a bitch move. It's a bitch move. It's a bitch move. They're not hiding anything. They show the spread. It's literally advertised. If you read anything about their terms or how they operate, they show that there's a spread. They're sourcing liquidity from multiple exchanges, and they've done multiple studies that show it's still, well, cheaper than Coinbase. Yes, I'm a Voyager fan, but this has nothing to do with Voyager. It has to do with the fact that people need to take responsibility for their own financial decisions. Oh, I don't like the price I paid. Sue the platform where I knowingly chose to pay that price. I don't like the result of my trade. Must be someone else's fault. It's that guy on Twitter who told me that the chart looked good, and then I bought it and it went down. What a scammer. right? Everybody seemingly wanting to blame everybody else for their bad financial decisions. And then not only blame them, they want damages and money in return. It's complete and utter crap. And this guy should get countersued for everything that he has. Everything that he has. Let's take a look at the Voyager chart. Doesn't matter. The coin just still trading here between support and resistance. Really nothing to see on any of these charts, quite frankly. Quite frankly. As Kristen says, it's us. We're the virus. I'm missing a lot. Bad take. It's literally advertised that they have a spread. That if you read anything about it on their site, it says we make money with a spread. The bid and ask have a spread. That's literally how broker dealers have made money since the beginning of time. It's commission trade. Yeah, that's right. Sue me for the video title. I'll never get my time back. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. I'm right here. Oh, anyways, let's continue on. This altcoin smoke Bitcoin and Ether with 1,300% gain this year. Of course, we're talking about BNB. BNB surge as Binance Smart Chain rivaled Ethereum. Okay. Smaller altcoins also saw returns upwards of 1,000 this year. Yeah, there was a good year in the market. And BNB, listen, yes, Pancake Swap, Binance Smart Chain. I wouldn't say they rivaled. I would say they offered an alternative and had their own problems as well. A lot of people don't like the centralization of Binance Smart Chain. And also it's had some issues at scale like every other chain seemingly does. But BNB also being burned at a regular basis certainly does not help. But yeah, look. This is BNB versus Bitcoin, 0.001, currently 10x that roughly from the beginning of 2021. Massive moves up until May and has been chopping sideways ever since, but very close to the range highs and pushing through. BNB against USD, similar story. 2021, you could buy BNB for in the 30s, like $35. Currently trading at 521 after touching a high of $700. Absolutely smoking Bitcoin and Ethereum, one of the top 5 coins by market cap, and little discussed. So yeah, I mean, you can probably expect something like that to continue if they continue to burn it and find more use cases and utility for the token. But it's interesting though, because people really not talking about BNB that much, and it really still does look like it's ready to push for some new all-time highs in the coming year. Critical Polygon bug put 24 billion in tokens at risk until recent hard fork. Scary. It's funny. The first criticism of this when you saw it online was they didn't tell anybody until recently that this bug was there. Like they should publicly advertise the bug so that someone can hack it and hack them before they fix it, right? But they could have lost $24 billion, all of the Matic tokens basically. And this bug was detected by a white hat hacker. They paid him about $2.2 million for finding this bug, I believe. And yes, they didn't disclose the details about the vulnerability until Wednesday, until they had gone through a hard fork to fix it. Somebody did exploit them for about $2 million using this hack, did not get the full amount. Another white hat reported it, also got paid. But this, listen, I love Polygon. I love Matic. I love the idea of layer 2s, but this just reminds you, this is new technology. We are in a nascent space. And there are going to be bugs, there are going to be issues, there are going to be hacks. So understand not to go all in on literally any coin. Maybe, Bitcoin, I think, has been convincingly secure at this point. But you just got to be very, very careful. I mean, this is one of the biggest names, and they had a bug that could have literally had the entire thing hacked. Entire thing. Yeah. Matic chart doesn't care. Right. I was hoping it would flip that all-time high, but still flipping the next sort of local resistance and support for now. I want to see this trading above 270 before I would personally enter, but I'm in from under 5 cents and I ain't leaving. And this is just a really cool story. Decentraland to get a Times Square New Year's Eve celebration. This is between Digital Currency Group, DCG, and the international real estate firm Jamestown. They're going to recreate one Times Square, which is where the ball drops. And if you read crypto Twitter, that's the only place that anyone's balls have apparently dropped in the past month, because everybody is screaming like a little girl, right? But yeah, the ball drops at one Times Square, so they're going to recreate that. Jamestown is the group that actually owns the building, by the way. So this is really cool. And they're going to have a celebration at 11 p.m. tomorrow night, Eastern Standard Time, I think. Basically, you're going to have rockin' New Year's Eve with Dick Clark. Rest in peace, right? Rockin' New Year's Eve, but they're going to do it in Decentraland. You can go in the metaverse, watch your balls drop, and celebrate with all of your fake friends. Yeah, Drew, it was just like your 79th birthday, dude. You should be there by now. Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, I didn't know I was going to make that joke, and maybe I'm a little bit edgy today. I don't know. But yeah, man up. Let your balls drop. Guys, that's all I got for you today, and that's all I've got for you this year. Although that's a lie. I do have a recorded video that will drop tomorrow, and I will probably say this there as well. But listen, 2021 has been an absolutely incredible banner year for all of us that have been here in crypto. I would say that we are very lucky to have been a part of it. And through all of the ups and downs, and we know that we've all had many of them, myself included. Through all the ups and downs, I can say what's brought me the most joy outside of obviously my family and things like that is having this community and being able to interact with you guys on a daily basis. Being here has never been about money for me. It always kind of organically grew. You know, I started a Twitter account that was about music, and we did that for 10 years. And then one day I just started talking about crypto, and I literally lost half the followers I'd had for like 10 years because they were like, what the hell are these charts? What the hell is he talking about? And I started tweeting about what I was into. I didn't care about the music anymore. I cared about Bitcoin. I was passionate about it. And that turned into me saying, hey, man, you know, Twitter's not enough. I want to do a newsletter. So I started a free newsletter, right? And for months, it was a free newsletter. And then I realized, man, this is like a full-time job. So I started charging $15 a month, but kept the free one. It's the only thing I've ever charged for people, right? And then I was like, you know, that's not enough. I want to talk about crypto more. And I teamed up with Blockworks and I started a podcast. And then I was like, you know what? Putting out a podcast once a week isn't enough. I'm going to do it twice. And then I was like, you know what? 2 times a week, this only comes out, like the content's not fresh. I'm going to start doing live streams. And that had nothing to do with money or any decision. It had to do with the fact that I really enjoy interacting with you. I show up here every morning that I possibly can, rain or shine, because I just love talking about crypto with you guys. So you guys are absolutely amazing. I thank you for an absolutely incredible 2021. And I can't wait to see what we build in 2022. I do know that I'm pretty much at my full bandwidth for creating content. So don't expect me to open like a movie channel on Blockbuster DAO or whatever it is. But guys, thank you so much for this year. It's been a great one. So until 2022, which is all of 2 days away. Peace, guys. Thank you.
That's dope.